Adolescence, the one stage of our lives where we're trying to figure out what kind of person we are. If nothing else, those dreadful years of school and hormones are by far the most turbulent and unpredictable stages of our lives, as everyone going through this stage of life exposes themselves ever so slightly to the wonders of the outside world. And one aspect of this is one that many of us are hopefully familiar with: relationships. Discovering a foreign concept as complicated as love can be challenging, to say the least. Even more so if you've made the brave/unfortunate decision of making yourself stand out among the hive-minded general populace. It's a vast frontier where every twist and turn makes you question yourself, am I doing this right, or where did I go wrong? Constantly learning more new things about the right way to go about approaching the grand quest that is companionship. And yet, that seemingly fatal mistake of separating oneself from the herd can very well prove to be the missing piece of the puzzle, jumping headfirst in the most unlikely of scenarios, only to come out on top with one of the biggest life-changing moments you will ever experience. Now, for the most part, this logic doesn't exactly apply to common daily life, and though the only similarities to our favorite anime we encounter in our daily lives happen to be the endless struggle that is getting through day-to-day life, it's nonetheless fascinating to see what that potential scenario could look like. And being an avid enough enjoyer of the beautiful fabricated stories courtesy of our brethren from the land of the rising sun, what better way to showcase that one-in-a-million scenario than with a bunch of quantum physics riddled bullshit. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is the beautiful work of art surrounding the very concept of adolescence I've previously mentioned, undertaking this arduous journey through the eyes of Sakata Azusagawa, a first-year student attending Minigahara High School who has a shady reputation based on a false rumor about him putting people in the hospital, when in reality he was the one who was hospitalized due to mysterious circumstances. While his reputation precedes him because of this, he does still have a whole 3 people who know him well enough for who he is, that being Yuma Kunimi, an athlete best described as just trying to have fun with his life, and Ryo Futaba, a rather introverted girl in comparison to Kunimi who has quite the knack for the science things. Now, you may be thinking, Ark, that's 2 people, not 3. Well, of course, I always save the best for last. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you all to the one who makes the whole bunny girl spin possible, Mai Sakurajima. And yes, I'm confident enough in the best for last spectacle, but just to make sure before recording this, I submit a poll in the hopes of satisfying my own ego, as we have listed here in order: best girl, no comment, good choice, and oh, for fuck's sake. On top of being an up-and-coming actress and being the ball of sarcasm we all know and love, Mai has a way of having her presence place those in her surroundings in a sort of trance, and given her beautiful elegance, that comes as no surprise. So when Sakata first encounters Mai in person as she's strolling around in a public library in a bunny girl costume, 2 things come to mind. 1, what is someone as seemingly refined as Mai doing strolling around in a public building half naked, and 2, how come Sakata is the only one that can see her? 2 words: adolescent syndrome. Manifesting in a way considered plausible by the later accompanying theories rooted deeply in the complicated realm of quantum physics, as well as the all-powerful writing device known as Because I Fucking Said So, adolescent syndrome, the main anomaly of the series, can only be described as physical manifestations of an individual's mental or emotional instability during adolescence, which was previously only considered to be a myth, ranging anywhere from dissociation causing loss of identity, split personas resulting in 2 of the same person existing at the same time, a desire to be out of the public eye causing one's entire existence to fade away due to lack of observation, and profuse bleeding from massive scars caused by, well, something that I can't describe without massively spoiling the movie because, well, I don't know, the whole point of this series is to pique your interest without spoiling anything important. Yet, for whatever reason, every single one of these phenomena links to a well-known theory relating to quantum physics, with each case having a surprisingly plausible cause based on known information in the science world. Despite how, in this alternate reality, the manifestation of said phenomena are, to put it simply, too ridiculous to believe, which I think is the most important piece of information about adolescent syndrome. It's an extremely impactful life event that no matter who you tell your story to, no one believes it, creating this need for one simple thing everyone needs in their life: a support mechanism. It doesn't take long for you to realize that the main focus of this entire series isn't about the weird supernatural shit that's going on at the forefront, but rather the cause and effect of these spectacles, with the cause and effect all coming down to human relationships. Each inexplicable situation, each unlikely scenario is all boiled down to nothing more than common insecurities that come with the struggle of being a naive teenager working through the complicity of, well, society. Whether it be focused on cliques, the public spotlight, romantic interest, it's all condensed into this little journey of realism we can't help but be sucked into. And this goes not just for every interaction we get to experience as a whole, but most importantly, the relationship between Mai and Sakata, which I can comfortably say is probably my favorite couple in the entirety of anime. Not only is the dynamic... Here, wait, hang on. Can we talk about the soundtrack before I get on with that? Can we talk about the Fuck you, I'm talking about the soundtrack. Bunny Girl Senpai's OST may not end up classified as the greatest of all time, cause it's not hype enough. But in my eyes, it couldn't be more memorable. The less is more approach, almost custom tailoring tracks to be accompanied by certain scenes, is nothing short of genius, with every track almost caressing the visuals with a gentle piano or a soft violin, making you feel like you're there the first watch around and sending chills through your spine or tears through your eyes whenever you recall a song or hear it and remember a particular scene. No one who watches this and likes it won't not remember just how powerful of an effect these tracks have in its endless pursuit of emotional investment. Speaking of emotional investment, not only is the dynamic between Sakata and Mai a perfect mix of adorable, hilarious, and all-around good companionship, it also all feels very real. Almost as if their existence is to show you a good example of what developing and maintaining a healthy relationship looks like, complete with the classic having to maintain work aspect and free from all the ridiculous anime shenanigans an avid anime viewer may be used to. Admittedly, there are bumps in the road, and because of this, their relationship isn't 100% perfect. But then again, that's the whole point. No one knows how to do everything on the first try, especially at 16 or 17 years old, and yet it just works. Slowly experiencing these hiccups along the way and working through them, just like you want to do in a real relationship. And it's showcased so seamlessly that you could almost forget that their relationship isn't the main focus, even though it very well could be. Sakata knows he's not perfect, but he wants to do everything he can for his friends, for his little sister Kaede, and for Mai, knowing fully well that he's not immune to his own emotions or tantamount levels of stress. And in that same regard, even Mai can't help but feel insecure about if she's being a good girlfriend to Sakata, given that she's not always able to be there for him due to work, yet it's always more and more clear, however slight it may be shown, just how much Sakata means to her. Neither of them can imagine a world without the other anymore, and no matter how crass they can be with each other, they both trust each other to be there when it matters most. With all that being the case, what is there not to love? With another movie blessing us with its presence in 2 days, a beautiful journey awaits you within a pure, blissful, tear-jerking experience tailored with love. A masterpiece that I'm confident will continue to honor us with its existence for years to come. In any case, one thing will remain an absolute fact. I wouldn't mind losing a bit of sleep if it means in the very least I never forget about one particular bunny girl.